Cyberpunk 2077. If you haven't heard of this game by now, you're probably hiding under a rock somewhere with no internet access. This game has been in development for over 8 years now, and we've all been waiting to hear about it, and CD Projekt Red was in charge of actually developing the game. I've never seen such a polarizing game, and it's because clearly this game was not ready to be released, at least for the consoles. And I've been playing this mostly on the PC, and I have racked up an impressive 60 hours of gameplay. Now, this game is not for kids. This is a very mature game. They're dropping constant swears, sexual you could romance, and they show nudity and all that other stuff. So, is this game for kids? Absolutely not. After all this time of playing this game, I figured I would give you my thoughts. This is a loose review of the game, and I wanted to give my overall feeling of the game and where it actually absolutely shines and where it absolutely fails. So let's get into it. The first thing you're going to notice is the gameplay mechanics. The gameplay mechanics are very good, as you can see here. I'm just going to go over quickly what the gameplay mechanics are. You can see in the character area there's like a skill tree. And depending on what you do, you can actually, level up your reflexes, which in turn does assault rifles, handguns, and blades. I went mostly blades overall, and you can see most of this is golded here, but then there's also another type of progression that actually is skill progression. And you can see here, even though 60 hours into the game, I'm only level 13, which you can see keeps giving you perks every single time you level it up. So you do have something to work for, and the very top is level 20. Once you actually get that, it gives, as you go on, just like a Fallout game or just like, a Skyrim game, the more you work on something, the higher it will get, and this gives you perk points on top of it. And a lot of things work together. I'm level 33. I have 50 max street cred, you can see there, and I've worked very hard to get to the point where I am right now. The sad part is I'm actually almost done beating all the side missions, and that goes to the testament of how much I actually enjoyed this game overall. Now, let's start with the bad, because I want to end this on a good note. There are major issues with the game. There are major problems with the game. One of the biggest issues is the glitches, and the PC is not glitch free. There are still some glitches that you see. For instance, the other day I was following a path for a quest or a mission, and then it just disappeared out of nowhere. I couldn't clicking on the map and trying to set it up again was not working. I couldn't get it to work. Overall, I couldn't, it just wouldn't work. I couldn't get it to work. The police AI is completely broken. You accidentally kill a civilian, you're going to get a badge on you. The police teleport out of nowhere, and easy way to deal with the police is just to run 2 blocks down the street and they're gone. It's not like Grand Theft Auto. It's not like, all these other things. Grand Theft Auto, they'll chase you for a while before you can get away. These cops are just completely dumb. Well, the good part about it is the cops are not an integral part of the story. So the cops being stupid doesn't really hurt your overall experience. It can be annoying, but you're basically versus Arasaka and Militech in this game, which are 2 other factions in the game itself. So the beat cop that's on the street is not going to really affect you so much as where it just be annoying. Once you learn how to deal with them, all glitches aside, it's very easy to get away. There's been times, there's plenty of videos out there where someone will accidentally kill a civilian in a building, and then the cops will come out of nowhere and teleport into the actual building, which doesn't make any sense. There's other glitches that are game breaking on the console. I did not see any of these. There was a couple times where I almost got stuck in a gate, and it looked like my car could just go through. I was just following the GPS, and it looked like I could just get through, and I almost lost my vehicle. It got stuck, and I couldn't move to get it out of there. So that's a huge problem. The enemy AI can get glitched out as well. Sometimes it feels like, wow, they're doing really, really good. It's actually hard. I keep dying. But then there's other times where you're like, they don't even take cover quickly. You can kind of like, one guy will just sit there. I've actually had enemy AI hide from me. which is the opposite of what you want. But then again, like I said, these are easy things to fix, though, I feel. I think they'll fix the cop AI. I think they'll fix the enemy AI. There's glitches in the game. And if you're on console, I can tell you right now, I don't recommend you getting this game unless you have a PS5 or Xbox Series X, the newer consoles, because it's not going to run good for you on Xbox One or PS4. If you go online, you're going to find tons of glitches, and 90% of them are console, There's a couple other issues while you're driving. You see your guy almost like T-pose out of nowhere. I've seen NPCs during story missions T-pose out of nowhere, which is also kind of comical. I've seen cars fly out of the air out of nowhere and land where, like no highway or anything or even around there, just a car falling from the sky. Like, what? And a lot of it's comical. I can understand if it breaks the game, it's a huge issue. There was another thing, there was a side mission that I was doing where it wasn't letting me get past a certain part. Even though I already did the part, it wasn't going to the next step. So I ended up having to watch a YouTube video just so I could get through to the next step because it wasn't showing the marker on my map. It was stuck in progression in this one spot. Now, I've played 60 hours of the game. I have beaten 45% of this game, meaning I've gotten 45% of the achievements in this entire game right now. I'm probably going to end up beating all the side quests, and that is, we're going to get to the good part, is the story. The story is so good. The voice acting overall is great, and I have felt things in this game that I didn't even think I could feel. I mean, I'd be honest with you. There's a part where you're romancing a certain character, and let me get this straight. I'm not in love with a character or anything, but it kind of invoked those feelings of dating somebody new and, like almost like butterflies. Like, I almost had that feeling from a video game, which is insane to me. I know some people play Mass Effect and they romance their character and they're like, I'm in love with Liara or whatever. No, it's not. It wasn't like that. It actually, they've done it so well that it like tricked my brain for a second into like thinking this was like a real emotion. It brought this out of me. And there are times where it's sad. There are times where it's happy, and the story is where the game really shines here. And that's why I can overlook all of these bad things that I'm seeing. You just kind of get used to it. I hate to say that, but you do. The visuals are amazing in this game. I have a newer video card, which it's an RTX 2060 that's overclocked. Ray tracing is kind of a gimmick, let's be honest. If you turn it on, your frames are gonna just die. And I thought when I bought this game, when I bought the video card, rather, I thought, hey, I can play any game that comes out in the near future and actually play it at ultra settings and have no issues whatsoever. But that's not true, obviously. The visuals are, this game is being compared to this generation's Crysis. I mean, it really does look stunning. The game, even with RTX turned off, looks amazing. And honestly, between the story, the visuals, I love the game. The gameplay mechanics and the skill tree mechanics aside are not groundbreaking. It has been done in other games before, but it is good. It is serviceable. It does the trick. What I'm worried about is this game, given another 3 months, 6 months, I think if they keep developing this game, if CD Projekt Red keeps developing this game like they should, and iron out all the tweaks and all that other stuff, this could be one of the best games ever created. Let me preface that with, right now, currently, is it one of the best games ever created? No, but the potential, the game, the world feels so alive. The map is well thought out. The areas feel like, when you play Grand Theft Auto 5 or something like that, there's repeat NPCs a lot of the times. They look kind of generic. They have the same face, all that other stuff. Cyberpunk 2077 has gone way further than that. There's different body shapes. There's little kids. There's different NPC characters that look completely different from one another. Now, if you play long enough, you're going to notice that they're using the same face for certain people, which is true. But all things considered, it does make you feel like you're really in a city. You're really in the Cyberpunk universe. And everything is so elaborate. The side quests and the story missions are so elaborate. There's a very high level of attention to detail where you'd be doing stuff. They play out stuff like you'd be doing it in real life as well. There's a lot of very subtle things that they do that make you feel like you're in the game, that put you into the game. And there are a lot of good elements to the game. The open world mechanic is actually really good, and I don't think it's covered enough. Is the open world, there are open world NPC like bosses that are called cyber psychos. There are open world events where they have items that are just like a question mark on the map. There's assault in progress where you can actually help the cops and go on their side to defeat the enemy. There's reported crimes that you can help with and actually, do all that stuff. You can basically be a mercenary for hire in the open world. They're just like gigs out there. There is a lot to do in just the open world. There are also hidden quests, and some of them are super elaborate. Like it's crazy. Like, they don't hold your hand at all. They kind of go, hey, you found this garage. It led to this photo. You go to where the photo is. There's a guy there. Then you talk to that guy, which leads to the next part of the story. It's insane how much attention to detail they did. You can tell that the developers really love this universe and really love this game. But it's even been leaked now that the management was lying about their product. In January, they said that the game was ready when it wasn't true. The developers needed more time to finish this game. Now, with that said, I don't think this is No Man's Sky territory, where No Man's Sky completely failed. I think they've kind of redeemed themselves now. I haven't come back to the game since that time, but this is certainly better than Fallout 76, which was definitely broken for longer. CD Projekt Red did just release a patch for the PC and the console. This is actually 2 patches that they already released for console. They opened it up. Sony has removed the game from their digital store, and I think they removed it from Xbox store as well. And they're offering full refunds. They're saying, if you're not ready to purchase this, we're sorry. And they were misleading about it because they didn't really show or say this. In my opinion, they should have never released it to consoles yet, in general. I think they should have released it for PC and just said, hey, we're releasing it for PC right now. It's not ready for console yet. Because my experience has been like 80% good. I didn't have a single crash in the game, not one. I didn't have any game-breaking mechanics, not one. And, where I didn't have a game-breaking mechanic where it caused me to not be able to finish a quest or caused me to not progress to a certain area. There's lots of that on the console. The console gets stuck, all this other stuff. So my overall thoughts on this game is it's amazing. It has the potential to be one of the best games ever created. And this is from someone who loves the Mass Effect games, who loves the Fallout games. I love those types of games where you kind of choose your own adventure and the story is just as good as everything else. Now, I set out to become a 2077 samurai, and I achieved that. I am just straight up a monster in this world now. And I'm actually thinking about upping the difficulty because it's gotten so easy for me to go through this stuff. So I do love this game. I'm actually sad at this point. I beat the game at around 40 hours. Loved the ending. I actually got the best ending as a male character that you can get on the first try. The sad part about this game is I'm almost done with the stories. I've almost done all the side quests, and I'm actually getting sad. Like, I played an extra 20 hours after beating the game. I don't normally do that. A game like Outer Worlds, which is a really good game, I just kind of got bored of it and stopped. I might go back to it now, but this world of that CD Projekt Red has created is amazing. And like I said, it has so much potential. If they fix out the bugs on the console, it is an amazing game, right? There are moments in this game that had Game of the Year type qualities in it. There are moments in this game that really invoked so much emotion and so much great storytelling. It's such a shame that the console people are going to see all these glitches and just take themselves out of that world. They're not going to be able to enjoy it like I did. I'd go hours without seeing anything wrong. I mean, I think the first 5-6 hours of the game, I didn't see a single glitch at all on PC. Nothing. I was like, what's everybody crying about? This game is amazing. So with that said, it sucks because CD Projekt Red has a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to build this back up, to actually get it going again, and actually get it to the point where it's a playable, serviceable game for console. And my brother, my older brother who has an Xbox One, I told him not to get the game. Even though the game is amazing, I was like, don't buy it. You are going to not enjoy yourself. You're not going to enjoy yourself. Now, if you have the extra money and you were gunning to go get a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, there is another way to play. The last way to play is actually Stadia. I believe it or not, Stadia actually works good. And if you're dying to play this game and you don't have a gaming PC and you can't get your hands on a PS5 or Xbox Series X, I honestly would go with Stadia because this game is too good to miss in general, I feel. I think a lot of the people that are getting refunds, so be it. If you can't wait, that's fine. Me, I like to give the people the benefit of the doubt. If I purchased a game, I'm going to be able to wait, and see how it goes. So let me know what you guys think about this video. This is definitely a different video, obviously. This is something that I enjoyed so much, I had to share it. I had to share this information with you. If you have a PC with a decent gaming card, buy this game. They're gonna keep doing hot fixes. They're gonna keep fixing it. And I'm at the point where if they release a DLC, I will say, shut up and take my money. I want to know what happens in the story. I want to know. Especially the ending that I got. If they build a DLC based off of that ending, I mean, I would pay $60 for the continuation of that story. That's how much I enjoyed it. So as of right now, I feel like I got cheated for paying $60 on release day for a game that has glitches and all this other stuff? No, because I've enjoyed this world. I've enjoyed this game. And I really can't recommend it enough if you're on PC. If you're on console, you might want to wait. But they do have a good outline of what they're trying to do. They're already released a patch quicker than they said they would, so that's good. But I know they're going to work hard to actually get this game to be good, and I'll cover it then. If this game becomes good on console or mostly playable, I mean, great, that'll be awesome. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for my thoughts on the newest release from CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077. It has so much potential, and if you're into these games that have a good story, buy it on PC today. If you don't have a good PC, I can't recommend it, which is such a shame. Like I said, it's such a shame that I can't. They really shouldn't have released it. But anyway, that is going to do it for the video, guys. Like and subscribe, and tell me what you think about this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.